Segment. Let's talk about the city budget for a minute. A $750 million proposed budget from the Strickland administration this past week, including a dedicated funding for MATA, which has never happened before, and a 10% raise for Memphis police. Actually raises across the board for all city employees, but police getting the biggest raises at 5% for the next 2 years. Reverend Whalum, let's have you talk about that for a second. Do you think this budget will sail through the city council?
I think it absolutely will, partly because of the members on the city council who want to try to increase their tenure on the council, and others who are running for other positions will want to get popular support for that. But I can say nothing negative at all about Mayor Strickland's budget focus. I think it's an excellent, excellent thing, particularly the MATA piece. In fact, I wish that there were even more money for MATA, and perhaps we can get some private and corporate donations to kind of pony up with even more money to try to make sure that we bring MATA up to 21st century standards, man. I think it's a great thing.
We also learned this week, Otis, that there was an amendment to the current Grizzlies lease that city taxpayers are paying for, and county too, to basically help fund their operation, millions of dollars a year. And that has not been the case until this new agreement. I can hear some taxpayers bristling at that notion because the Grizzlies, last time I checked, are doing just fine. But nonetheless, the point the Strickland administration made is, hey, this is what you got to do anymore to keep professional franchises in your city.
Well, no question about it, Richard. And again, this is, if there were ever a time to do this, now is the time, with the Grizzlies doing so well in the NBA playoffs. I just think that when you look back at the pandemic, the 2 pandemic years, the Grizzlies did suffer some financial hardships there. And so I understand this, and I support this as well. But I agree with Ken 100% on the overall budget, especially the MATA piece. We have to make MATA better. There are just too many problems with people trying to get from one spot to the other on a city bus, and if we can make that better, we should make it better. And the police raises, 10%, that's a lot, that's a big raise. It's over 2 years, but that's a big raise, and this is part of Jim Strickland's effort to try to make increasing the police ranks and also fighting crime one of his major pieces as he gets ready to leave office next year.
Another interesting aspect, Reverend Ken, is as part of this funding mechanism for MATA, that money is coming from the companies that have been getting tax breaks from Memphis all this time and saying, listen, this will help you transport some of the workers that you say you're going to hire to your location, is the reasoning there, which seems to make sense.
What, finally, they're doing what I suggested. Is my name in the budget anywhere? Did Jim give me any credit at all for that particular idea? That's fabulous, man.
Yeah, it is. And plus, you know, down the road, we're going to need even more public transportation as we look forward to what's going on up in Haywood County. Now, again, I don't know that there will be city buses going all the way up there, but it could be, Richard. So we need to make this Memphis Area Transit Authority as good as it can be, improve it, and to take advantage of the economic development that's coming, both with Blue Oval City and everything else in this community.
All right, I got a minute left, so I need you in 30 seconds if you can. Martavius Jones floating a couple of issues before his fellow council members, and that is to extend the term limits from 2 terms to 3 terms, as well as to make city council races partisan, which has not been the case. Reverend Whalum, you're first. Your quick take on those things.
Absolutely not. Martavius Jones did enough to hurt the city of Memphis by supporting the surrender of Memphis City Schools charter. He was rewarded with 2 terms on the city council. No more. No more. Write your city councilman, tell them no to extended terms. No.
But Otis, they say they need more. They're just getting acclimated to the job.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I can't believe that I'm spending this whole show agreeing with Ken Whalum, but I am. This is ridiculous. We don't need partisan politics in the city. We've worked quite well for decades without having Democrats and Republicans running as Democrats and Republicans. What we will likely have is have to have a primary, which will be costly as well. No to that. No to additional term limits. The voters have spoken. Forget it.
Well, we're just going to have to enjoy this kumbaya moment between you two, I guess. That's all we have time
It
for.
won't last long. It will not last long.
No, it won't last long.
Probably about a week, actually. All right. Thanks, Ken. We got to let you go. We're going to bring in Ken Moody, one of the candidates for county mayor, right after this.